Have you ever felt overwhelmed by negativity in your life? Maybe it's from a challenging situation at work or a difficult relationship. Do you find yourself struggling to stay positive and focused on what really matters? Imagine waking up every day with a sense of calm and peace, no matter what challenges come your way. It may sound impossible, but with the right tools and mindset, you can learn to protect yourself from negativity and cultivate a more peaceful existence. Welcome to Wisdom Woven, where we explore profound insights to help you lead a more fulfilling life. Today, we're diving into the world of negativity and how you can shield yourself from its effects using principles from Buddhism. Our goal is to give you practical advice that you can apply in your everyday life. There are so many views on this channel, but only 0.2% subscribe. So please like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us continue bringing valuable content to you. In this video series, we will discuss how negativity can impact your mind and well-being. We'll explore how Buddhist teachings offer powerful tools to protect yourself and create a more positive outlook. Each part will provide you with simple, actionable steps to help you stay grounded and focused, no matter what life throws at you. Stay tuned as we embark on this journey together. We promise you'll gain valuable insights and transformative advice that can make a real difference in your life. Ready to begin? Let's get started and uncover the secrets to protecting yourself from negativity. Understanding negativity, the root causes and its impact. Have you ever wondered why negativity seems to follow us around? It's not just a feeling we can shake off easily. To protect yourself from negativity, you first need to understand where it comes from and how it affects you. Negativity often starts with our own thoughts. Imagine your mind as a garden. If you plant seeds of anger, jealousy, or fear, those seeds grow into weeds that choke out the flowers of happiness and peace. These negative thoughts can come from many sources: a stressful job, difficult relationships, or past experiences that still affect you. But why does negativity have such a strong impact on us? When we let negative thoughts dominate, they become our reality. Think of a time when you felt sad or angry. It probably seemed like everything around you was going wrong, right? That's because negativity clouds our view and makes it hard to see the good things in life. In Buddhism, this is known as the three poisons: ignorance, attachment, and aversion. Ignorance is not knowing the true nature of things. Attachment means clinging to things we desire or fear losing. Aversion is pushing away what we dislike. These three poisons are the root causes of our suffering and negativity. When we are ignorant, we don't see things clearly. We might react to situations based on our fears or desires rather than the reality of the situation. This can lead to more negative experiences and emotions. Attachment keeps us bound to things that are always changing. When we hold on too tightly to something, we set ourselves up for disappointment because everything in life is temporary. For example, if you base your happiness on a job or a relationship, what happens when those things change or end? Your happiness may crumble with them. Aversion is when we try to avoid or push away things we don't like. But avoiding problems doesn't make them go away. It can make them worse, as unresolved issues tend to build up over time. To understand and overcome negativity, you must recognize these patterns in your life. Reflect on what triggers your negative feelings and how you usually respond. Is it a particular person, situation, or thought pattern? Once you identify these triggers, you can start to address them more effectively. For example, if you find that a stressful work environment is a major source of negativity, think about why it affects you so strongly. Is it because you feel undervalued, or are you struggling with a heavy workload? Understanding the root cause can help you find ways to cope or make changes. Buddhism teaches that by changing our inner attitudes, we can transform our outer experiences. If we can address and change our responses to negative thoughts and situations, we can start to see a positive shift in our lives. This doesn't mean that challenges will disappear, but our ability to handle them will improve. So, the next time you feel negativity creeping in, take a step back and examine where it's coming from. Ask yourself if it's due to ignorance, attachment, or aversion. By identifying the source, you can begin to work on protecting yourself from its impact. Remember, Understanding the root causes of negativity is the first step toward overcoming it. Stay aware of your thoughts and reactions, and you'll be better equipped to handle the challenges that come your way. The Buddhist perspective: how negativity affects the mind. Let us take a moment to understand how negativity truly impacts the mind. In Buddhism, the mind is seen as a clear mirror. It reflects everything that comes before it. But what happens when the mirror is covered with dust? The reflection becomes blurred, unclear, and distorted. This is exactly what negativity does to our minds. It clouds them, making it hard to see things as they really are. When our mind is filled with negativity, it's like carrying around a heavy bag of stones. Each negative thought or emotion is another stone added to the bag. Over time, this burden weighs us down, making it difficult to move forward with ease and clarity. The more we hold on to negativity, the heavier our burden becomes. Negativity comes in many forms: anger, jealousy, fear, worry, and sadness. These emotions are natural and can arise from everyday situations. For example, imagine you're waiting in a long line at the grocery store, and someone cuts in front of you. Instantly, you might feel anger bubbling up inside you. This anger clouds your mind, making it hard to think clearly. Instead of feeling calm and patient, you feel agitated and upset. Buddhism teaches us that these negative emotions arise because of our attachment to how things should be. We expect things to go a certain way, and when they don't, we feel upset. This attachment to outcomes creates suffering. It's like expecting the weather to be sunny every day. When it rains, we feel disappointed, even though rain is a natural and necessary part of life. Our negative thoughts are like seeds planted in the garden of our mind. If we water these seeds by focusing on them, they grow into big, strong plants that take over the garden. But if we don't give them attention, they wither and die. This is why it's so important to be mindful of our thoughts and emotions. We must learn to recognize negative thoughts without letting them take root. Buddhist teachings offer us a valuable perspective on how to handle negativity. One of the core principles is the understanding of impermanence. Everything in life is constantly changing: our thoughts, our emotions, and our experiences. Just like the weather, nothing stays the same forever. When we truly understand this, we realize that negative emotions are temporary. They come and go, just like passing clouds in the sky. Another key concept in Buddhism is the idea of non-attachment. This doesn't mean we shouldn't care about anything. Instead, it means we should not cling too tightly to things, people, or outcomes. When we learn to let go of our attachments, we find that negativity has less power over us. We become more like the calm, still lake that reflects the sky without being disturbed by the wind. Buddhism also teaches us the importance of compassion, both for ourselves and for others. When we face negativity, it's easy to be hard on ourselves, to think that we should be stronger or better. But this only adds more negativity to our minds. Instead, we should treat ourselves with kindness and understanding. Acknowledge that feeling negative emotions is part of being human. It's okay to feel sad, angry, or afraid. What matters is how we respond to these feelings. When we practice compassion towards ourselves, we create a space for healing. This space allows us to observe our negative emotions without judgment, to understand where they come from, and to let them go. It's like giving ourselves a warm hug, telling ourselves that it's okay to feel whatever we're feeling, and that these feelings will pass. In the same way, we should show compassion towards others. Everyone experiences negativity. Everyone carries their own burdens. When someone is negative towards us, instead of reacting with anger, we can choose to respond with understanding. Perhaps they are having a bad day, or maybe they are dealing with their own inner struggles. By showing compassion, we not only help others feel better, but we also protect our own peace of mind. Mindfulness is another powerful tool taught in Buddhism to protect the mind from negativity. Mindfulness is about being fully present in the moment, aware of our thoughts and feelings without being carried away by them. It's like being the sky, watching the clouds of thoughts and emotions pass by, without getting attached to any of them. When we practice mindfulness, we become aware of negative thoughts as soon as they arise. This awareness gives us the power to choose how we respond. Instead of letting a negative thought grow and take over our mind, we can simply acknowledge it and let it go. For example, if we notice a thought like, "I am not good enough," we can recognize it for what it is, just a thought, not a fact. We can then gently remind ourselves that we are enough, just as we are. Meditation is a practice that helps cultivate mindfulness. By sitting quietly and focusing on our breath, we learn to observe our thoughts without reacting to them. Meditation teaches us that we are not our thoughts. We are the awareness behind them. This realization creates a sense of inner peace and stability, no matter what negativity arises. In Buddhism, the practice of loving-kindness, or metta, is also a powerful way to counter negativity. Loving-kindness involves sending out positive wishes and thoughts to ourselves and others. It's like planting seeds of love and compassion in our own minds. These seeds grow into strong, beautiful plants that fill our minds with positivity. When we practice loving-kindness regularly, we create a protective shield around our hearts, making it harder for negativity to take hold. To protect ourselves from negativity, we must also be mindful of the company we keep. Surrounding ourselves with positive, supportive people helps us maintain a positive outlook. Just as a single candle can light up a dark room, being around positive people can lift our spirits and brighten our minds. Buddhist teachings encourage us to practice gratitude. When we focus on what we are grateful for, our minds naturally shift away from negativity. Gratitude helps us see the good in our lives, no matter how small it may be. It's like opening a window to let in the light, even on a cloudy day. Remember, negativity is like a storm. It may come, but it will pass. By practicing mindfulness, compassion, non-attachment, and gratitude, we can protect our minds and keep our inner mirror clear. This clarity allows us to see the world as it truly is, without the distortion of negativity. It helps us move through life with ease, peace, and joy. So, take a deep breath and let go of any negative thoughts or feelings you may be holding on to. Trust that you have the strength and wisdom within you to face whatever comes your way. With the guidance of Buddhist teachings, you can create a life filled with positivity and inner peace. Let's continue this journey together, step by step, towards a brighter and more peaceful mind. The art of detachment. Learning to navigate emotional turbulence. Imagine a calm lake on a still day. The surface is smooth, reflecting the sky above without a ripple. Now picture a stone thrown into the lake. The water reacts with ripples and waves that spread outwards. Our minds are like that lake, and the stones are the disturbances we face. In life, we encounter many disturbances, stressful situations, harsh words, or unexpected challenges. These are like the stones hitting our calm lake. If we react strongly to every stone, our minds become restless and turbulent. But what if we could learn to respond with the same calmness as the lake before the stone hits? This is where the practice of detachment comes into play. Detachment, in the context of Buddhism, does not mean that we stop caring or become indifferent. It means learning to separate ourselves from the immediate emotional reactions that disturbances bring. It's about understanding that while we cannot control the stones that are thrown, we can choose how we respond. Let's consider a simple example. Imagine someone criticizes you harshly. Initially, you might feel hurt or angry. These are natural reactions. But if you practice detachment, you can step back and observe these feelings without letting them control you. You acknowledge the feelings, but you do not let them dominate your mind or dictate your actions. Detachment allows us to maintain our inner peace even when the external world is chaotic. It helps us to respond to situations with clarity and wisdom rather than reacting impulsively. This practice is not about suppressing emotions, but about managing them in a way that aligns with our values and goals. How do we practice detachment? Begin by observing your thoughts and emotions. When faced with a challenging situation, notice your immediate reactions. Are you angry, frustrated, or anxious? Recognize these feelings without judgment. Then, take a moment to breathe deeply and reflect on the situation from a broader perspective. Ask yourself, is this worth the disturbance it is causing me? Another technique is mindfulness meditation. In meditation, you learn to observe your thoughts and feelings as they come and go, without becoming attached to them. This practice helps you to develop a sense of distance from your emotions and thoughts. Over time, this distance becomes a natural part of how you respond to life's challenges. Practicing detachment also involves understanding the impermanent nature of all things. Everything in life is in a constant state of change. This includes our emotions and reactions. By acknowledging this impermanence, we can better handle emotional turbulence. When we realize that negative feelings are temporary and will pass, it becomes easier to maintain our peace. Furthermore, detachment teaches us to focus on what we can control, our actions and responses, rather than what we cannot control. We cannot always influence how others behave or how situations unfold, but we can choose how we react. By focusing on our responses, we empower ourselves to handle difficulties with grace and resilience. As you continue to practice detachment, you will find that your reactions to disturbances become less intense and more measured. This doesn't mean you won't feel emotions. Rather, you will feel them without letting them overwhelm you. This balance brings a sense of inner tranquility that remains unaffected by external chaos. Detachment is a powerful tool in protecting yourself from negativity. It allows you to navigate life's challenges with a calm and clear mind. By observing your thoughts, practicing mindfulness, and understanding the nature of impermanence, you can maintain your inner peace and respond to life's disturbances with wisdom and equanimity. Remember, the goal of detachment is not to become emotionless or detached from life, but to cultivate a deeper understanding and control over your emotional responses. This practice leads to greater harmony within yourself and a more balanced approach to the world around you. As you embrace the art of detachment, you will discover that you are more resilient to negativity and better equipped to handle life's ups and downs with serenity. Let this practice be a guiding light, helping you navigate through the turbulence of life with a peaceful heart and a clear mind. Cultivating positive relationships. The role of compassion and empathy. My dear friends, as we walk this path together, we must understand the importance of the company we keep. Relationships have a profound impact on our minds and our hearts. Just as a flower needs sunlight and water to bloom, so too do we need positive, nurturing relationships to thrive. Relationships filled with negativity can drain our energy, cloud our minds, and lead us into darkness. So how can we protect ourselves? How can we ensure that our relationships bring light into our lives rather than shadow? In Buddhism, two key qualities help us build positive relationships: compassion and empathy. These are not just words, but practices we must embrace daily. Compassion means having a deep concern for the suffering of others. It is the desire to relieve that suffering. Empathy, on the other hand, is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another. When we practice compassion and empathy, we create a space of safety and love, not only for others but also for ourselves. Let us start with compassion. Imagine you see someone struggling. They might be upset, angry, or just having a bad day. How do you react? Do you judge them? Do you avoid them because their negativity might affect you? In these moments, remember the teachings of the Buddha. Instead of turning away, offer your compassion. A kind word, a listening ear, or even just a gentle smile can be enough to show someone that you care. Compassion does not mean you take on their pain as your own. It means you acknowledge it, recognize it, and wish for it to be eased. Now let's talk about empathy. To truly understand another person, we must put ourselves in their shoes. We must feel what they are feeling, see the world from their eyes. This doesn't mean losing yourself in their emotions, but rather connecting with their experience. When we practice empathy, we build a bridge of understanding. This bridge is essential for any positive relationship. It allows us to communicate openly and honestly, without judgment. When we feel understood, we feel safe. And when others feel understood by us, they too feel safe. This safety is the foundation of a positive relationship. Positive relationships are like gardens. They need regular care and attention. They need the sunlight of understanding and the water of compassion. Without these, they wither and fade. But with them, they bloom, bringing beauty and joy into our lives. Ask yourself, are you tending to your relationships? Are you watering them with compassion? Are you letting the light of empathy shine upon them? If not, now is the time to start. It's also important to recognize the relationships that drain us, the ones filled with constant negativity. We cannot always avoid these relationships, but we can manage how we engage with them. When faced with negativity, use compassion to understand the pain behind it. Use empathy to connect with the other person's experience. But also, protect your own energy. Set healthy boundaries. Know when to step back and take care of yourself. You are not responsible for carrying the weight of another's negativity. You can offer kindness without sacrificing your own peace. In Buddhism, we learn about the Four Noble Truths, one of which is that suffering is a part of life. No one is exempt. Understanding this can help us be more compassionate towards others. Everyone we meet is carrying their own burdens, facing their own challenges. When we see this, we are less likely to judge and more likely to offer support. Compassion becomes our natural response. Empathy and compassion are not just gifts we give to others. They are gifts we give to ourselves. When we approach life with a compassionate heart, we release our own negativity. We make room for love and kindness. Our relationships become sources of joy rather than stress. We create a network of support that lifts us up rather than pulls us down. Imagine for a moment a world where everyone practices compassion and empathy. A world where people listen to each other, understand each other, and support each other. Such a world might seem like a dream, but it starts with each of us. Every act of compassion, every moment of empathy, brings us closer to this world. We become beacons of light in the darkness, guiding others toward peace and understanding. To cultivate positive relationships, start small. Practice listening without interrupting. Offer help without being asked. Show kindness without expecting anything in return. These small acts make a big difference. They create ripples that spread far and wide. They attract positivity into our lives and help us protect ourselves from negativity. Remember, my friends, relationships are a reflection of ourselves. The more we cultivate compassion and empathy within us, the more we will see it reflected in our relationships. The love and kindness we give come back to us in many forms. The energy we put into the world is the energy that surrounds us. In every interaction, ask yourself, am I being compassionate? Am I being empathetic? Let these questions guide your actions. Let them be the light that illuminates your path. When we approach life with compassion and empathy, we not only protect ourselves from negativity, but also become a source of positivity for others. As you go about your day, remember this: your kindness has the power to change lives. Your compassion can heal wounds. Your empathy can build bridges. In every relationship, be the light that dispels darkness. Be the love that overcomes fear. Be the peace that ends conflict. Cultivating positive relationships is a lifelong practice. It is not something we achieve overnight, but rather something we work on every day. With each step, we grow stronger, more resilient, and more capable of protecting ourselves from negativity. Together, we create a world where love, kindness, and understanding flourish. Let us walk this path together, with compassion in our hearts and empathy in our minds. Let us be the change we wish to see in the world. Let us protect ourselves from negativity by building positive, loving relationships. In doing so, we find true peace and happiness. Embracing the present moment. Letting go of past wounds. Imagine you're holding a heavy stone in your hand. This stone represents the pain and regrets of your past. Every day, you carry it with you, and it weighs you down. Now, picture what would happen if you let go of that stone. What if you could release the burden and move forward with ease? In Buddhism, this idea of letting go is closely linked with the practice of mindfulness. Mindfulness helps us focus on the present moment and release the grip of past wounds. It is like putting down that heavy stone and feeling the relief as you walk freely. When we are mindful, we observe our thoughts and feelings without judgment. We simply notice them and let them pass, like clouds drifting across the sky. This practice helps us detach from our past experiences and live more fully in the present. It is a gentle reminder that we are not our thoughts or our past. We are simply the awareness that observes them. Waking up at 3 a.m. can often be a sign of our mind's restlessness. The early morning hours are quiet and still, offering a chance for introspection. It's a time when our mind is more open and receptive. Instead of fighting against these wake-ups, we can use them as an opportunity to practice mindfulness. Sit quietly and observe your thoughts. Notice the patterns and let them drift away without engaging with them. This practice can help you understand and release the emotional weight you carry from past experiences. Letting go is not about forgetting or ignoring your past. It's about accepting it and choosing not to let it control your present. It's like walking through a beautiful garden. You may have stumbled on some thorny bushes before, but you don't need to keep your focus on them. Instead, look at the flowers and the paths that lead you forward. The past has shaped you, but it does not define your future. In every moment, you have the power to choose your response. By practicing mindfulness, you can transform how you relate to your past and present. You can choose to let go of regrets and focus on what brings you joy and peace. This shift in perspective allows you to live more freely and with greater ease. Consider your daily experiences as opportunities to practice mindfulness. Whether you are eating, walking, or simply breathing, bring your full attention to the present moment. Notice the sensations and feelings without judgment. This practice can help you develop a deeper sense of peace and contentment. Letting go of past wounds is a gradual process. It takes time and patience. Be gentle with yourself as you work through this journey. Each step forward, no matter how small, is a step towards greater freedom and happiness. Embrace the present moment with an open heart and mind, and you will find that the weight of the past begins to lift. As you continue to practice mindfulness, you will find that it becomes easier to let go of the past and embrace the present. The more you focus on the here and now, the less you will be influenced by past wounds and regrets. This shift in awareness can lead to a more peaceful and fulfilling life. Remember, mindfulness is not about achieving perfection, but about being present and accepting each moment as it comes. By letting go of past burdens, you create space for new experiences and opportunities. Embrace this practice and allow it to guide you towards a more balanced and harmonious life. Embracing the present moment. Letting go of past wounds. Imagine you are holding a heavy bag filled with stones. Each stone represents a hurtful memory or a painful experience from your past. The bag grows heavier with every stone you add, making it harder and harder to move forward. Now, think about what it would be like to let go of that bag and walk freely without the weight of the past holding you back. This is the essence of embracing the present moment and letting go of past wounds. In Buddhism, there is a profound teaching about living in the present and releasing the grip of past hurts. Our minds often dwell on past events, replaying them over and over. This creates suffering and keeps us tied to those old wounds. The present moment is where life happens. It is where you have the power to act and choose your responses. When you focus on the here and now, you free yourself from the burden of past regrets and future anxieties. This practice helps to cultivate a sense of peace and freedom within yourself. One of the simplest ways to embrace the present moment is through mindfulness. Mindfulness means paying attention to your thoughts, feelings, and sensations without judgment. It means observing them as they come and go, like clouds passing through the sky. By practicing mindfulness, you start to notice how your mind clings to past events and how this clinging causes pain. To let go of past wounds, start by acknowledging them. Recognize the pain and allow yourself to feel it fully, without pushing it away or pretending it doesn't exist. This is an important step because it helps you understand and process the emotions tied to those experiences. Next, practice forgiveness. This doesn't mean you forget what happened or excuse any harm done. Instead, it means releasing the hold that the past has over you. Forgiveness is a gift you give yourself, freeing you from carrying the burden of resentment and hurt. A powerful practice is to use meditation to help you stay grounded in the present. Find a quiet place, sit comfortably, and focus on your breath. As you breathe in and out, gently bring your attention back to the present moment whenever your mind starts to wander to the past. Over time, this practice helps you build a habit of staying present and reducing the impact of past wounds. Another technique is to write about your experiences. Journaling can be a therapeutic way to process your emotions and reflect on how they affect your current life. As you write, you may begin to see patterns or gain new perspectives that help you release old hurts. It's also helpful to engage in activities that bring you joy and fulfillment. When you focus on what makes you happy, you naturally shift your attention away from past pains. Whether it's spending time with loved ones, pursuing a hobby, or simply enjoying nature, these positive experiences anchor you in the present. Remember that letting go of the past is a process, not a one-time event. It requires patience and self-compassion. Be gentle with yourself as you work through your emotions and let go of old wounds. Every step you take toward living in the present moment is a step toward greater peace and happiness. In Buddhism, the concept of impermanence is central to understanding the nature of life. Everything is constantly changing, and this includes our emotions and experiences. By embracing impermanence, you can learn to let go of the past and accept the present as it is. Letting go of past wounds allows you to experience life more fully and authentically. You become more open to new possibilities and relationships, unburdened by the weight of old hurts. This freedom is not just a relief. It's a pathway to a more vibrant and fulfilling life. As you continue on your journey, remember that every moment is a chance to start anew. By embracing the present and releasing the grip of the past, you create space for growth, healing, and joy. This practice of living in the now is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself. Embracing the present moment, letting go of past wounds. In the quiet of the morning, when the world is still, the present moment offers us a gentle invitation to embrace peace. The past, with its shadows and echoes, can sometimes weigh heavily on our hearts and minds. But within the present moment, we find a space of serenity and renewal. Imagine a river flowing gently through a valley. The water moves continuously, never clinging to a single drop, but always moving forward. Similarly, our lives flow like this river. Holding on to past hurts or regrets can be like trying to grasp water. It slips through our fingers and can leave us feeling stuck and unsettled. To embrace the present moment is to let go of the burdens we carry from yesterday. Buddhist teachings remind us that clinging to past wounds only serves to prolong our suffering. Each moment is a fresh opportunity to begin anew, to let go of what no longer serves us, and to find peace in the now. Consider a simple practice. Each day, set aside a few minutes to sit quietly and focus on your breath. As you inhale and exhale, let go of any thoughts about the past. Visualize these thoughts as leaves floating on a stream, carried away gently. This practice helps us detach from the past and find tranquility in the present. Letting go does not mean forgetting or dismissing past experiences. Instead, it means releasing the emotional hold they have on us. When we hold on to past pain, we carry it like a heavy backpack, making every step we take more difficult. By gently setting down this weight, we allow ourselves to walk more freely and with greater ease. In Buddhist practice, mindfulness is a powerful tool for staying present. It involves paying attention to our thoughts, feelings, and surroundings with a sense of curiosity and without judgment. When we practice mindfulness, we become more aware of how our minds tend to dwell on past events or anxieties about the future. By gently guiding our focus back to the present moment, we create space for peace and clarity. Another helpful practice is gratitude. By acknowledging and appreciating the good things in our lives right now, We shift our attention away from past regrets and towards the positives of the present. Take a moment each day to reflect on something you are grateful for, no matter how small. This simple act can help us see the present moment in a new light and bring a sense of contentment. Letting go of past wounds also involves forgiving ourselves and others. Holding on to anger or guilt keeps us trapped in a cycle of negativity. Forgiveness is not about condoning or forgetting, but about freeing ourselves from the emotional burden. It allows us to move forward with a lighter heart and a clearer mind. As we navigate the present moment, remember that each experience is an opportunity for growth. The lessons we learn from our past can guide us, but they do not define us. By embracing the present with openness and acceptance, we create a space for healing and transformation. The path to embracing the present moment is a journey of self-discovery and inner peace. It involves letting go of old patterns, being kind to ourselves, and finding joy in the now. As we cultivate these practices, we find that the weight of the past lessens, and we can live more fully and freely. In the quiet of the present moment, we discover the true essence of peace and happiness. Letting go of past wounds allows us to move forward with a renewed sense of purpose and clarity. By embracing the present, we open ourselves to a life of greater fulfillment and serenity. Transformative wisdom, lessons from Buddhist teachings. In our journey to protect ourselves from negativity, the teachings of Buddhism offer profound wisdom. These teachings are not just ancient ideas, but practical tools we can use today to find peace and happiness. One of the core teachings in Buddhism is the concept of impermanence. Everything in life, including our negative feelings, is constantly changing. This means that no matter how difficult a situation may seem, it will eventually pass. Understanding this helps us to not cling too tightly to our problems or let them define us. When we recognize that our negative emotions are temporary, we can let them go more easily. Another key principle is the practice of mindfulness. This means paying full attention to the present moment without judgment. When we practice mindfulness, we become aware of our thoughts and feelings as they arise. Instead of reacting automatically to negative thoughts, mindfulness helps us to observe them without being controlled by them. This awareness creates space between us and our reactions, allowing us to choose how we respond more wisely. Buddhism also teaches us about compassion, not just towards others but also towards ourselves. We often criticize ourselves harshly when we are feeling down. However, being kind and understanding to ourselves in difficult times is crucial. Compassion helps us to treat ourselves with the same kindness we would offer to a friend. It's important to remember that everyone struggles, and being gentle with ourselves can ease the burden of negativity. Letting go is another important lesson. In Buddhism, letting go means releasing our attachment to things, whether they are material possessions, past experiences, or future expectations. When we hold on tightly to these attachments, we create a source of suffering for ourselves. By learning to let go, we free ourselves from the weight of these attachments and open ourselves to more positive experiences. Meditation is a powerful practice that supports all of these teachings. Through meditation, we train our minds to be more focused and calm. This practice helps us to connect with our inner peace and cultivate a positive mindset. It's like building a strong foundation that can support us when negativity arises. Regular meditation can transform our approach to challenges, making it easier to respond with clarity and calm. In Buddhism, there is also a focus on right speech and right action. This means being mindful of how we communicate and act in our daily lives. Our words and actions can either contribute to positivity or negativity. By choosing to speak kindly and act with integrity, we not only improve our own well-being, but also positively impact those around us. Another valuable teaching is the concept of non-attachment. This does not mean we should be indifferent or detached from life, but rather that we should not be overly attached to outcomes or specific results. When we become too attached to how things should be, we set ourselves up for disappointment and suffering. Embracing non-attachment allows us to remain open to whatever life brings, without being overwhelmed by our desires and expectations. Buddhist teachings also emphasize the importance of community, or sangha. Being part of a supportive community can provide encouragement and shared wisdom. Surrounding ourselves with positive influences and seeking guidance from those who share our values can strengthen our ability to stay resilient in the face of negativity. Finally, the practice of gratitude is deeply embedded in Buddhism. By focusing on what we are grateful for, we shift our attention away from negative thoughts and towards positive aspects of our lives. Gratitude helps us to appreciate the good moments and fosters a more optimistic outlook. As we reflect on these teachings, remember that the goal is not to eliminate negativity entirely, but to transform how we relate to it. By applying these principles, we can navigate challenges with greater ease and maintain a sense of inner peace. In summary, Buddhism offers a wealth of wisdom for protecting ourselves from negativity. By understanding impermanence, practicing mindfulness, showing compassion, letting go, meditating, choosing right speech and action, embracing non-attachment, engaging with supportive communities, and practicing gratitude, we can cultivate a more positive and balanced life. This journey is a continuous process of learning and growing, and with each step, we come closer to a life of peace and happiness. Overcoming external challenges, strategies for handling negative people. My friend, life is a journey filled with many encounters. Sometimes, you meet people who bring joy, kindness, and support. But other times, you come across those who seem to carry clouds of negativity wherever they go. These are the people who criticize, complain, or spread anger. How do we deal with such people? How do we protect our peace without getting caught up in their storm? First, remember this: negativity from others is not about you. It is a reflection of their own inner struggles. Perhaps they are suffering in ways you cannot see. Maybe they are trapped in their own thoughts, feeling lost or hurt. When someone is negative, it is often because they are battling their own fears. Understanding this can help you stay calm. You see, their words and actions are not a mirror of your worth, but of their own pain. Next, practice the art of listening with compassion. When someone is angry or upset, they often just want to be heard. Imagine you are a calm lake, still and clear. Let their words ripple across your surface without disturbing your depth. You do not need to agree with them, but you can listen. Sometimes, giving someone your attention and understanding can ease their negativity. It is like offering a gentle hand to someone who is drowning in their own emotions. Boundaries, my friend, are also essential. Just as a garden needs a fence to keep out weeds, you need boundaries to protect your mind. If someone is continuously negative, it is okay to limit your time with them. This does not mean you do not care. In fact, it means you care deeply about your own well-being. You can be kind from a distance. You can send them love and compassion without letting their negativity take root in your own heart. When facing negativity, respond, do not react. Reaction is instant, often driven by emotion. Response is thoughtful, guided by wisdom. If someone says something hurtful, take a deep breath. Pause. Feel your feet on the ground. This simple act of grounding can stop the wave of reaction. Then, choose your words carefully. Speak from a place of peace. A calm response can often diffuse anger and change the course of the conversation. Practice forgiveness, both for others and for yourself. People make mistakes. They say things they do not mean. Holding on to anger or resentment only hurts you, not them. Forgiveness does not mean you accept bad behavior. It means you are choosing to release the burden of anger. Imagine you are holding a heavy stone. How much lighter would you feel if you let it go? Forgiveness is that act of letting go. Gratitude is another powerful shield against negativity. When someone is negative, focus on the positive aspects of your life. What are you grateful for? It could be something simple, like the warmth of the sun or the taste of your favorite tea. Gratitude shifts your mind from what is wrong to what is right. It is like opening a window in a dark room and letting in the light. Surround yourself with positive energy. Spend time with people who uplift and inspire you. Read books that fill your mind with wisdom. Engage in activities that bring you joy. The more you fill your life with positive influences, the less space there is for negativity. It is like planting flowers in a garden. The more flowers you plant, the less room there is for weeds to grow. Meditation is your inner sanctuary. When faced with negativity, go within, seek quietly, breathe deeply. Let your thoughts settle like leaves falling gently to the ground. In this space of stillness, you will find your true self, untouched by the opinions and actions of others. Meditation strengthens your mind, making it like a tall mountain that remains unshaken by the winds of negativity. Remember, you have the power to choose your response. You have the power to protect your peace. Negativity from others is like a storm, but you are not the storm. You are the calm center within it. By practicing compassion, setting boundaries, responding thoughtfully, and nurturing positivity, you can remain untouched by the storm. You can be the stillness, the peace, and the light. In the end, it is not about changing others. It is about protecting your own inner peace. It is about being so rooted in your own calm that negativity cannot disturb you. This is the way of the wise. This is the path of the peaceful warrior. And this, my friend, is the key to overcoming external challenges with grace and strength. Stay true to yourself, and remember, you are always in control of your inner world. Life will always bring challenges, but with these tools, you can face them without losing your peace. The journey is not always easy, but it is worth it, for in each moment of challenge lies the opportunity for growth. In each encounter with negativity lies the chance to practice kindness and compassion. This is the beauty of life's journey. And this is how you protect yourself from negativity, one mindful step at a time. Transformative wisdom. Lessons from Buddhist teachings. Let us speak of the wisdom that has guided countless souls on their journey to inner peace. Buddhism offers profound teachings that can help us navigate the storms of negativity with grace and understanding. Imagine a vast, still lake. Its surface reflects the sky perfectly, untouched by ripples. When a pebble is thrown into the lake, the surface becomes disturbed, but the depth of the lake remains calm. This is much like our minds. The surface can be troubled by negative thoughts and emotions, but beneath it, there is a deep, tranquil space of peace. In Buddhism, there are 3 fundamental principles that can help us protect ourselves from negativity. Mindfulness. This is the practice of paying attention to the present moment without judgment. By observing our thoughts and feelings as they arise, we can prevent ourselves from being overwhelmed by them. Mindfulness helps us recognize when negativity starts to take hold and allows us to choose how we respond, rather than reacting impulsively. Compassion. Compassion is the heart of Buddhist practice. It involves not only being kind to others, but also to ourselves. When we understand that everyone is struggling with their own challenges, it becomes easier to let go of anger and frustration. Compassion allows us to see beyond the surface of negativity and connect with others on a deeper level. Detachment. This doesn't mean we stop caring. Rather, it means we learn to let go of our attachment to outcomes. When we become too attached to how things should be, we set ourselves up for disappointment and negativity. By practicing detachment, we free ourselves from these unrealistic expectations and accept life as it is. Let us consider the story of a monk who, despite being surrounded by chaos, remains calm. The monk's secret lies in his understanding of these principles. He does not let the noise of the world disturb his inner peace. Instead, he maintains his composure by focusing on the present moment, showing compassion, and letting go of attachments. Every day, we encounter situations that test our ability to stay positive. These might be challenging conversations, stressful events, or even our own inner doubts. By applying the principles of mindfulness, compassion, and detachment, we can protect ourselves from being overwhelmed by negativity. Imagine yourself in a difficult situation. Instead of reacting with frustration, pause and take a deep breath. Observe your feelings without judgment. Ask yourself if you are reacting based on attachment or expectation. Shift your focus to compassion, both for yourself and others involved. This shift in perspective can transform your experience and shield you from the negativity that often accompanies such challenges. Buddhist teachings remind us that true peace comes from within. No matter how turbulent the outside world becomes, our inner calm is always accessible if we choose to cultivate it. By practicing these principles, we create a protective shield around ourselves that allows us to face life's challenges with a serene heart and a clear mind. In conclusion, remember that the wisdom of Buddhism is not just about understanding concepts, but about applying them in your daily life. As you walk your path, let these teachings guide you toward a more peaceful, fulfilled existence. With mindfulness, compassion, and detachment, you can navigate the waves of negativity and find the calm within. Conclusion: integrating insights and moving forward with confidence. As we come to the end of our journey together, let us reflect on what we have learned about protecting ourselves from negativity. We have explored how negativity impacts our lives, discovered Buddhist teachings that offer profound wisdom, and learned practical steps to shield ourselves and cultivate inner peace. Think of this journey as a path you walk each day. Sometimes the path may seem difficult, and challenges might arise. But with the insights and tools you've gained, you now have a guide to help you navigate through these obstacles with a calm and steady mind. Remember, the practice of mindfulness and awareness is not a destination, but a continuous journey. It is like tending to a garden. It requires regular attention and care. Each day, take a moment to breathe deeply and center yourself. When negativity tries to intrude, use the techniques we've discussed to gently guide yourself back to a place of balance and peace. Cultivating positive relationships and practicing compassion towards yourself and others are essential parts of this journey. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, and approach every interaction with kindness and understanding. This will create a supportive environment that fosters growth and happiness. Daily practices are your allies in this journey. Engage in meditation, mindfulness, and other rituals that resonate with you. These practices will help you build resilience and maintain a positive mindset, even in the face of adversity. Facing external challenges, such as negative people or difficult situations, can be daunting. However, by applying the wisdom from Buddhist teachings, you can approach these challenges with a sense of detachment and understanding. Remember that you have the power to choose your response to any situation. Incorporate the transformative wisdom from our discussions into your daily life. Allow these insights to guide you in making decisions, resolving conflicts, and dealing with negative emotions. By doing so, you will find yourself more grounded, content, and at peace. As we conclude, take a moment to appreciate the progress you've made. Acknowledge the efforts you've put into this journey and celebrate the small victories along the way. Moving forward with confidence, know that you are equipped with the knowledge and tools to protect yourself from negativity and embrace a more fulfilling life. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of self-protection and inner peace. May you continue to walk this path with clarity, compassion, and strength. Remember, the journey does not end here. Each day is an opportunity to practice, grow, and thrive. Stay mindful, stay peaceful, and let your inner light guide you through all of life's experiences. Farewell for now, and may you find serenity and joy in every step you take.